Hey, morning folks. In the last episode we left off with me hooking the water line up and nothing worked. So curiosity got the best of me, and I tore that thing apart to see how it worked, and ended up finding out there is a gasket inside there that when water backflows in, it blocks the port off so no water can be backfed through. So learned something new on that. Curiosity got the best of me. I tore the thing apart. I pulled that gasket out, and now I have air and water flowing through back both ways. So I went ahead and got all of the connections and stuff finished back up, because I had no idea what was going on. I started cutting stuff apart to figure out if there was a blockage, you know, or maybe there was something like a bee's nest inside there. I didn't have any idea. So all that thing is put together now, and we are going to go ahead and hook up the water line and get that thing tested real quick, and I will bring you guys back here in a second. All right, we got the water line hooked up. Let's go ahead and give her a little test. Any leaks? Huh? All right. I heard the water going through there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just test everything, or check everything. Not bad for my first time learning how to do pets. All right. Well, go ahead and open that up slowly, and let's let some air out. There's going to be a lot of air in there. Pretty good water pressure?
That's just opened a tad bit.
Oh, okay. Just for GP, turn it all the way on. Okay, never mind. All right. I didn't realize it was that pressurized. Okay. All right, turn her on. No, turn it on.
On.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All the way?
That's all the way.
Okay. All right, turn it off. Did you hear all that air? There was a bunch of air getting ready to come through. Do it again. All right, turn it off. Okay, cool. All right, well, we can empty that. Get that bucket on out of here. And I'm gonna walk around, just double check. Make sure ain't nothing leaking. Huh, not bad.
Good job, baby.
I know, right? Got lucky. Guess I learned how to do pecks on the fly. Huh, nothing's leaking. All right, we're gonna let that set for about 10 or 15 minutes or so, just to make sure ain't nothing leaking. And we'll bring y'all back, and we're gonna go ahead and throw some power to this thing. Well, this couldn't have came at a better time. Oh, so a company, Opus, reached out to me and said, hey, we want to help sponsor the build. I said, all right. So they ended up sending us one of their portable power stations. Oh. This thing has a 1200 watt output. It can surge up to 3600 watts. It can go from 0 to 80% charge in 2 hours. It's very light, compact. You can do up to 30 volt solar input. There's your AC outlet. It also has an overload protection breaker. Your standard cigarette lighter. A couple of USB ports, a couple of Type C's. Let's go ahead and get this thing powered up. All right, she's powered up. It's at 66% charge right now at the moment. So you have 3 AC outputs. All right, so we just lost power. We lost power a couple of times already this morning just because the wind blew. But we need to be able to charge up some batteries for use today. We need to do, we have a refrigerator in there that we got some overstock in right now. And, you know, so we're going to go ahead and put this thing through the test, and more information on this a little later in the video. All right. All right, she's charging the battery. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's only drawing 34 watts. It says it can last 13 hours with the current state of charge at 66%. So we're gonna go ahead and get this refrigerator plugged in because I have food in there. Let's see what she's running now. All right, refrigerator's booting up. I hear the battery kicking on. Well, if I can figure out, there we go. All right, so the refrigerator's drawing 190 watts minus 33 watts for this right here. It says it can last for 2 hours right now at this current point. Now, this thing says it can surge up to 3,600 watts. I want to see if it can run this microwave. So, let's see what we got here. Let's set that thing. Oh, it's going up. It's surging. 1,200 watts. For the microwave, the refrigerator, and a battery charger going on right now. Man, this thing's pretty nice. Wow. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and stop that. Let's see if the fan kicks off. It might take it a few minutes. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that's pretty cool. This thing's going to come in handy because we do lose power multiple times. Probably not a day. This is the most I've seen in a day in a while, but we do lose power quite frequently just because the wind blows, which makes no sense because they're underground buried lines. So more than likely this is going to live in here for right now. We're going to get some batteries charged up so I can be able to work today. And more than likely it's going to end up living in Shannon's office under her desk so we can run the Starlink internet, her laptop, and her monitors and stuff because she works from home. So every time the power flickers and turns off, she has to drag that huge generator that I have over there that's 10,000 watts over to her office, and she's having to run an extension cord to be able to continue working for the day. So the link will be in the description for this. We're going to check on this throughout the video and just see how this thing is doing. Hopefully the power kicks back on here in a little bit, so not bad at all. And we'll check on this a couple of times throughout the day just to see how this thing's doing and see how it's performing and if it's doing what it says it can do. Well, I'm pleased to say that I have absolutely no leaks right now at the moment. It's been running for 15 or 20 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect this water line, and I'm going to go ahead and drag that generator on over here And we're gonna go ahead and throw some power to this thing and see what happens. And hopefully I got everything good to go. And then we'll move on to the next step. All right, turns out that the cord that I have for my generator that fits my camper is a 30 amp. The plug that I ended up putting on the back was a 50 amp, so I'm gonna end up having to buy another generator wire that goes from that to the camper. So it is what it is, you know. So that's not gonna slow us up. We're gonna go ahead and keep moving forward. We're gonna get some stuff cleaned up in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing in that insulation and see if we can't go ahead and start knocking some of this stuff out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started with some insulation. These are all the rolls in here. We're going to go ahead and get started here and work our way this way. Shannon made her a little template so she could do 120, 121. Man, this little power station is pretty nice. I got it charging a battery, got a fan going, got it charging that, got it charging GoPro batteries. So power came back on. It's charging at 252 watts right now, and it's drawing 141 from it. So it was like 350 or 400 charging, and it like deducts. So it's never gonna outrun it right now as far as the charging goes. But so far, really impressed with this thing. And we're gonna go ahead and get started with some insulation. This should be a fun project and a huge step to getting some stuff done in here. Well, we were able to get quite a bit done just for a couple hours of us messing around. As I was putting this up, I forgot that the plumbing was in there. So what we did is I just cut a slit in there and I slid a piece of insulation behind it. And kind of like that right there. Something's better than nothing. So I'm just doubling it up in those areas. It's probably not the right way to do it. Well, I'm sure it's not the right way to do it, but it's the way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to add a piece of insulation behind the water lines and then put another piece over top of it. So we were able to get all of this. We're saving all those little tiny scrabbly pieces for right now just to see what we have left. So we're ending up with some weird cuts. And it's like towards the middle of or the very end of the roll, the paper's all messed up and you have to stretch it. So tomorrow when we come in, we're going to go ahead and start with the ceiling, all right here, working our way over to the edge of the bathroom. Then we'll take all of this stuff, move it over there, and then I'll be able to continue the ceiling and the rest of the walls. But it's starting to shape up like a house now. So it's looking really good. I'm really impressed with this thing. And it wasn't very difficult to build, and it's still not difficult, except for the fact that I had to learn how to do PEX plumbing. So, but other than that, we're making really good progress on this thing, and we'll see y'all in the morning. Morning, folks. We are gonna go ahead and start working on some of the ceiling over there. I need to find me some safety glasses. I got me a mask. Yeah, working on the walls wasn't that bad. You take your time, you know, just don't make any sudden movements. You won't put a bunch of fiberglass fibers in the air. But over your head, it's kind of inevitable, so that's going to end up happening. Man, I'm thoroughly impressed with this little battery backup. It ran the refrigerator and all the stuff that I had plugged into it all day yesterday, and then the power finally kicked on and it was able to charge completely. I was also able to get the app to work with it as well, so like you could turn off power outputs and everything from the app. It's hooked to the Wi-Fi, so I guess you can do it from anywhere in the world. You can also do slow charging, fast charging. You can do your screen time, and you can turn on eco mode and all that good stuff. It's a pretty cool little app. You know, it's really user friendly. I was doing a little research on this thing last night, and these 3 ports over here are built-in UPS with a 20 millisecond backup on it. So like if I was to undo this power, you could see that it automatically swapped over to AC power, and I never lost the fan. So that's kind of cool. Man, this thing is nice, man. I mean, I'm really thoroughly impressed with this thing, and it's going to come in handy when we're working. You know, when power goes out, I need to charge some batteries. Also, you know, let's say another hurricane Helene comes through here. We'll be able to use that to keep the Starlink going so we can actually check in with family. We'll be able to use this to watch a movie or just something, because we didn't have anything. We had the generator, so that actually was the only thing. But the generator was hooked up for the well, so we didn't have anything hooked up to the camper. So this will actually work for the camper. I'll be able to, you know, have the Starlink plugged in, be able to watch a movie or something if we get too bored. Thanks again to Opus for sponsoring this video, and we're going to go ahead and get started with this ceiling. Hey, real quick, I was able to get in touch with the company Opus. They ended up sending me an email. So September 14th, this thing will be on sale out the door for $329. That's 40% off. So the link will be in the description. If you are interested in getting one of these, I'd say go ahead and jump on it. This thing was plenty good enough to run my refrigerator all day yesterday, charge my batteries, my fans. It's still running the fan right now. Really good price in a grid down situation, man. So if you need to run your Starlink, TV, just keep your refrigerator or deep freezer going, definitely well worth the price. So September 14th, $329 out the door on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, I love you too. Yeah, yes, yes. All right, go lay down.
Well, folks, it's starting to look like something in here now. I'd probably say we're over halfway right now. That's where my ceiling fan is going for the living room area. So, but I think I would say we're halfway done. I still have to fix this in here. We just chunked it over the wall so I could just keep moving forward. But other than that, it's coming along pretty good, man. You know, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for subscribing and liking the videos, and it's definitely helping the channel out a lot, and I really appreciate it. But that's going to be all I have for this video, and on the next one, we should be done with the insulation in this thing, and I'm going to go ahead and start plumbing this stuff in. I did take some of your guys' advices, and I am going to go ahead and try to build this up on a platform a little bit so I can get the P-trap underneath there. But man, we're making some good progress. It's starting to look like a house now. So this is really all I got left. Just the last 10 feet of this and a bunch of filling in on this side and over here. But we'll get that in the next video. It's being a pain in the butt doing this ceiling. And you know, the link will be in the description for this power bank right here. I absolutely love this thing, so it's definitely going to come in handy for the next power outage or another Hurricane Helene that decides to come through or anything like that. So I recommend checking this thing out, man. You know, $300-400, dude, for a little peace of mind to be able to have some TV, maybe a little Starlink, you know, refrigerator. So link will be in the description. Y'all have a good one.